Okay, I believe this is on. Hello, everyone. Back with Warriors Abyss. Yeah, it's been a while since I streamed. Hopefully everything is still set up correctly. Right, had a rocky connection getting started. That's just always been the case lately. It seems to be going fine now. Cool. Right, this is the Atelier update. When they advertised it on Twitter, it just showed Ryza, but apparently we got all three. All three of the newest ones. Sophie, Ryza, and Yumia. Oh, and they have DLC outfits, right. Which are the swimsuit outfits, what I assume is older Sophie from one of the later Atelier games, and then Yaru Ryza, and schoolgirl Yumia. I did check out the prices on these, and they're $9 each. Like $18 for what to get those. I'm not gonna. Oh, did they add more music? So they did. Yeah, they added some Atelier music. And this was already in. Yeah, these two, like, Spirit Sound of themes, those are already in. As was City of Flowers, and definitely Tadakatsu's theme. Yeah, they weren't in the music list. I thought that was weird last time I went through this, and I couldn't find Tadakatsu's theme. I guess he just forgot to make them available in the gallery, I don't know. Plus we'll get to an Atelier stream. Probably, because I don't particularly enjoy playing the games all that much. But let's go ahead and unlock the characters. Here's one. You can reach them pretty early and unlock them quickly, it seems. I've kind of played this game a lot now. She's really sticking her ass out. I've kind of played this game a lot, so I have plenty of Bond Souls. And you know what? Let's go ahead and buy her unique weapon. I'll do that for all of them. It usually takes about an hour to do one playthrough. Or do one run. So 3 of them, this will probably be a 3-hour stream. And they got Ryza in the center. Ryza's in the center of everything. It all comes back to the thighs. Let's see, and their attributes are their emblems. Independent Flower of War talent. Independent Flower of War Master Gunner. So they're all gonna have Flower of War independent. Increases or decreases summon cooldown, increases attack, Flowers of War. That by 50% for independent. That helps some other characters in the game, like yeah, like Magawichi and Goemon, who didn't have much support because they're just on their own. Those other heroes have the Flower of War emblem. Yeah, Flower of War is a very niche typing in this. Like, I think only Kai and now Tora supported it. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. I guess they're gonna be all the way at the end at others. Yes, just what they're classed as, I see. Oh, did I not buy our unique weapon? Damn it. I can do that. Well, I guess we'll start with the Ryza. It's the one I have on the thumbnail. Let's see. Uninhibited Alchemy. Increases hero rerolls at crystal saplings by 15. It's more likely for heroes with Flower of War emblems. That by 5% for every Flower of War emblem. It's a great combination. Defeat an enemy causes an explosion and afflicts enemies with burn. Yeah, really good abilities. Yeah, Sophie, I imagine, will have her moveset, or at least a similar moveset to what she had in Warriors All-Stars. Ryza and Yumia are going to be completely unique for this. That'll be cool to see. Traversal level 1 is honestly a bit too easy once you're further in the game. But it's the only difficulty it'll let you jump start on. It's like, you either start at level 1 or regular. It'd be nice if after I clear level 5, I could just start anyone on level 5, but oh well. Okay, it's a pretty good charge 4. Even charging up the energy ball, you can aim, and it deals damage. Charge 1 is just shooting out fireballs and ice. Charge 2, just a very quick projectile. Charge 3. Oh, barrage. Alright. And we already have Yumia. Excellent. She needs wind and slay. That'll activate her ability. We're starting with 27 rerolls because of Ryza's ability. Any more wind? Sure. Right, and the Atelier characters both have 2 elements, so that gives them pretty wide range people they can support. This music is so relaxing. Supposed to be a battle theme though, huh? I guess, do you have Flower of War? You have Independent. I'll grab Mancha, why not? If I end up investing in Win, he's really good for Win. Yeah, there's no story for how the Atelier characters ended up here. Like, we're in hell, so presumably, like, they've died at this point. Because I could assume it, I have to assume Yumia can only summon the souls of, you know, like, heroes that are dead. So off screen, all the Atelier girls just fucking died. Gundine's really good for Slay. He's pretty good for fire, too. I will grab Gundine. I try to go after the mission ones whenever I see them. The missions always have a chance of giving you a unique weapon, which saves you a lot of Bontols. Need to get more... what is that called? Technique attribute? I think that's what it's called. Need to get more of that to unlock more of her moveset. Alright, I'm a lot more familiar with this game now than I was before. Use some of those rerolls. Actually, this is a lot to strategies right now. I should be building towards Burn, because Ryza does have an ability that ties in with Burn. But I do want to get enough Wind and Slay to activate Yumia's ability. Yeah, because it's like Yumia's ability, you can see the activation conditions at the bottom there are 6 Wind and 3 Slay. But she already counts as 1 Wind and 1 Slay. So you build it to that, and then that'll just be 50% attack increase for anyone with the independent attribute. Which Ryza has, so that's really good to have on the unit you're currently playing as. tried a Musa yet, have I? Just a rain of meteors, I suppose. At skill, that's what it was. Okay, that was a charge 5. Alright, part of the update, they also made it where you could get formations and chests, which is pretty good. Before, you had to go to Inma's Cauldron to get them, or get that one treasure that allows you to unlock all of them. And if Inma's Cauldron didn't show up, you could just not have any to work with. Flower of War, that'll probably pay off later. Alright, Ryza does have the ability where just every Flower of War she gets is gonna up her attack. Let's see, where's her attack at now? Yeah, it's at plus 15%. The one I currently have just isn't great. I won't switch these around. Nah, it's... Usually wait to go to the Cauldron until later into the run, too. It's best to go when you have a bunch of money saved up. Oh! We can grab Lubu! Or this cute little anime girl. Oh, and Cage is a choice too. These are both really good units to get. Alright, he even classifies as Flower of War. I want all 3 of these. Why'd you give me all 3 at once? Alright, come on, Sophie. Sorry, Lubu. Next time. Right, how do I activate her ability? Sophie, we fire. It's lightning. I need to start building up lightning for her. Oh, everyone's asking for Lupu. No, I chose anime. Oh, did they change the enemies in the starting level? I don't think it was always... Like, I was seeing, like, some Greek-looking enemies there. Oh, grabbing Xiao Qiao activates a bunch of things, huh? I guess because she's Flower of War, but she's not great on her own, because she only offers, like, 1 emblem to increase. And her unique tactic is just to increase Yoyu's attack. Which is like, eh. It's great if you're playing as Shoyu. Well, her attack itself is buffed right now, and Joyu's ability isn't even active, so I'll take him off. Right, and grabbing her just... Because it's another Flower of War that buffed Sophie and Yumia's summon attacks. Can't use some of these because I don't have enough skill. My build's kind of all over the place right now. But sometimes it just turns out like that. And apparently, Onigashira got debuffed. Or nerfed is what. See if I can tell how much he was debuffed. Oh, it's not Meteor, it's just dropping everything. Yeah, he definitely feels weaker. Even with the poor setup, I was able to tear through him pretty easily. Alright, this is a rage attack. And nuked. I think some of the treasures got buffed too, but I'm not sure which ones. Oh, the Dake Ding vessel is really fucking good. Like, if you see that, it's basically an instant grab if you want to be overpowered. Hiragamo Tea Kettle is fun, because it causes an explosion every time you do a charge attack, and really you don't even notice the health decrease going down. And I never go to Peach Trees. Eventually you stop relying on them the more you play this. Increase crystal beads by 3. That's not exactly made super clear what it is, until you realize every crystal bead you have means another summon. So it's basically getting 3 free summons, which is pretty good. Worth losing all your Tears of Blood for, if you don't have that much. But we'll grab this. Can't heal anymore, but that's fine. And I guess I'm getting the second Kiao. I don't have a choice. This is pretty good. There's a few tats that leave her stationary, so I need to remember to actually dodge when using those. These summon attacks, you have to wait until... I don't think I need more Slay now. Sure. You're wrong with more Muso charge. And we'll get the only choice we can have. I think fire is what. Yeah. Yeah, for attacks with long animations, you can dodge through them and just skip to the summon, because the summons always take place at the end of your charge attacks. Or the end of your S string if it's the last hit. So sometimes it's best to just give up on the attack, dodge, and then get out the summon. Yes, more fire. Flower of War. Yeah. You can buff Shoryu's attacks. I guess I could add Shoryu to the attacking team. You still need more lightning and wind to activate their abilities. Yeah, to use all the Ateliers, I definitely want you to just branch out and grab, like, all the elements. I think this one I would... And press triangle and get a view of all the ones you could grab. Yeah, KG or Kai would be... Came here from watching my older videos. Yeah, a lot of people still watch those. I'm glad to see. I'm glad those have some staying power, I guess. Anyways, welcome. I don't have any strength yet. I don't really need ice, do I? You know there's a Flower of War one. Really? You're considered Flower of War? Why? I can get Keiji. That kind of fits for him. Why do you have that? That's usually reserved for women. Alright, whatever. Come on, Tadakatsu, you flower. Get another Slay character. I don't need to build up Slay anymore. But it's got a mission, so it could have a reward I want. Oh yeah, Crystal Beads is definitely more worth it than more money. Because, like, buying an officer can cost anywhere between 1,000 to 5,000 Tears of Blood. So to pay 1,000 Tears of Blood to get another summon is pretty good. Also, I'm far more conservative with playing than I should be. I should be spamming like this every time I can build it up. I end up holding on to it and then not really needing to hold on to it. And no, you can't get Lubu's weapon in Dynasty Warriors 4 is create a warrior. What you start with is what you get. Hey, you've got another skill. Yeah, I'll grab you. No, hold on to that one for now. I don't want to spend on Slay. What was the turtle ship? Barrier that blocks damage. Yeah, that's really good. Any of these techniques, formation abilities that have like a barrier is really good, because it makes me completely immune to damage. Yeah, some of these won't let you pick if you don't have the required emblems to do them. 3 seats required, yes. Whatever has the most long-term reward is generally the best to pick. Unless you're struggling, I suppose. Missions are good to pick because they always give you a chest reward, and also, if more enemies to fight, you get more EXP. Wow, these are spawning a lot now. The maze has to spawn for those a bit too high. Yeah, that guy's a good one. And that unlocked more attacks. Guide's abilities adds a attack for 30% for Heroes of the Flower of War emblem. That includes who I'm playing. Oh, they added like an up icon. Oh, it's showing who all their buffs applies to. That's pretty good. It's still weird. Tadakatsu is considered a flower of war. Look at all the other flowers of war, and then just Tadakatsu. Who doesn't belong here? Yeah, bye, Joyo. What's your ability? Increase your own attack. Increase Sumsei's attack. Let's see. I guess it'd be better than Lingchi. And Tadakatsu just has a very damaging attack. And when skill is active, it's pretty good buff. We'll need 3 more wind. Need 3 more lightning. Building up to it. Wait, from wind or lightning? I guess we'll go with wind. No, Joyu is not a flower of war. Though I could see it fitting for him, but no, he's not. Oh, this is a permanent buff. Increase attack with 7 skills by 10%. Or gamble 50-50, just lose 5% of my health. You know what? Hey, it worked. Now I'm just stronger. Boy, her moveset is really good. It has so much range. Even has a bit more range than what it looks like. Let's... yeah, more flame. But I unlocked her final charge attack. Now she summons stabs and they fly at the enemy. Okay. A bit more mundane than her charge 5, where she rains down lightning from light from above. What's the last hit of her S string? Okay, just a... yeah, gee, that's pretty much the one I wanted. Buffed got Ning, but I don't think I'll let. See, that's for wisdom. Are there any wisdoms I would like to have? Not especially. We'll go to the danger zone. Have I tried playing as the Mori? I've played as Motonari, yes. Motonari's pretty good. But a few characters have buffs to the moveset in this game that make them very effective. Like, Kinchin is pretty ridiculous in this. He's very fun to play. They gave him some really powerful shockwaves. We go with the wind. Gives me an excuse to add KG. Okay, that'll activate Yumia. Oh yeah, there's no Hojo or Shinobi support in this game. Like, she has a Shinobi trait, and a lot of, well, all the ninjas also have it as well. And there's like a Hojo emblem, but there's nothing that buffs Hojo or Shinobi specifically. So I'm really wanting for Hayakawa to get added to the game so Kotaro has something to support him, because his only 2 emblems are Shinobi and Hojo, and he's got nothing for that. Yeah, we'll grab him. Yeah, instead of buffing Kojo, Ujiyasu buffs just brave generals in general. Which is great. Like, that's a fantastic support for like half the cast. Okay, so now that added her attack plus 50% for independent emblem. It includes Ryza, so now her attack is plus 150% right now, with all the Flower of Wars we picked up. Let's see if we can notice a damage increase in the boss fight. Yeah, this thing is getting shredded. I didn't even need to use the assembly gauge. Yeah, if you know what you're doing with setups, you can make a very strong build. Okay, that increases the number of summon choices I have. 100% chance of acquiring tears of blood after every 20 enemies are defeated. Has some health by 30%. Certain summoning cooldown slots by 50%. Makes danger zones appear more often. This like shows it as like a downside to have danger zones appear more often, but it's actually a good thing. It means you'll get more EXP. And just having your summon slots cooled down is great. Or having a smaller cooldown. Yeah, like it changed Yumia from like 30 something to like 17. I'm betting they're gonna add the Ninja Gaiden characters at some point. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they'll likely just be like one big Ninja Gaiden update. City's defense by 25% for 5 phases. Increase the summoning cooldown. Yeah. It's only detriment for one phase, it's like, whatever. Lowering enemies' defense is pretty good, especially on higher difficulties. So it's a bit overkill right now, honestly. Oh yeah, Waynon is a surprisingly good unit in this. Like, doubling down on Slay is really good to get a lot of builds running. Anything that works well with Slay, basically. And increase attack by 30% for 10 seconds when you acquire Tears of Blood. That's pretty good because it just activates very often, because like, if you defeat an enemy, there's pretty good odds they'll drop Tears of Blood. But we're building up Independent Flower of War, so hello Naotora. Also, we need lightning. You stopped using red-haired Matsukari because it's too good. Yeah, I can see why. Because once you have them, and yeah, if you get your charm built up, it's very easy to just make your cooldown 0%. So you can just perpetually summon things and just keep using the same move over and over again. Speaking of, let's buff charm. I am building up Flame. That's not terrible. Who else is available? Alright, with one of the last update they had, Gen update. Now you can press R3 on this screen and look at the list of characters you get. We could potentially grab Lu Bu. know what? Let's keep rolling. I got a bunch of rerolls. Actually, she's Flower of War and Lightning. Didn't need that. Yeah, we'll grab her. Ina and Nobuyuki together are really good to start out a run with. Decent amount of money. Could go shopping. I'll go shopping. Oh great, we can buy Shushu. No. Activates a bunch of characters I'm probably not going to use. Oh, now Tora. See, what do these have? None of them are barriers, so I don't care. Well, once you realize how good the barrier is, you kind of don't really care about the rest of these. Yeah, I'll grab Lucian. Actually, I guess I'm gonna get Shouju because I can afford them. I don't really need ice built up, so I'll ignore Nagamasa. Come on, fat one. At least I activated Tadakatsu's buff. With gold one. Yeah, her Muso is just raining down a bunch of miscellaneous objects from the Atelier series, and then ends with the meteor. Her Muso is really just random bullshit go. The cooldown's so small now. Once you get the cooldowns down, you really can just keep attacking. I consider Matsukaze slightly better than Red Hair in this game. Because Matsukaze lowers the cooldowns for all of your odd number charge attacks, like your charge 1. Which is quicker to get to. With that Kade Ding vessel, the Muso gauge is charging up ridiculously quickly. If you get a good Muso charging build, you can just Muso almost indefinitely. Do we need more wins? No, I think we got Muso attack power. Yeah, you know what? Sure. I'm using it enough. Why not have more overkill? Well, how could I say no? It activates Sophie's ability anyways. Got your attack increase. I don't really need KG here, just kind of added him for fun. But he does have a great ability. Inflict Disorient creates an explosion that inflicts enemies with Disorient. You can just have a chain reaction, basically. Uses Muso Gauge and inflict shock. That's pretty good. Pull down. Don't really need that. I'll have Ina. Going down here means I don't get to summon something, but the chest could be something good. Yeah, I can see how it would be hard for someone else to keep up with what's going on. is if you're not the one actively playing, there is just a lot of effects going off. Especially when you have a lot of elements on your build. Right, sometimes a weaker version of the level bosses will show up. They have less defenses and their movesets are a bit worse. They're missing some of their attacks. They're missing some of their attacks, and their attacks will end with fewer combos. I believe she's considered a Dynasty Warriors type character, so I believe she has some EX attacks we can unlock. If I can get her skill up more. No. Go for the shield. For longer attacks, you can also hold down, like R1, and it will cause your summon to appear quicker, but have a longer cooldown. However, the cost of the cooldown is dependent on how low you've already lowered it. So, you could summon something even quicker with R1, but if you have their cooldown to minus 100%, which means it's instant, and their R1 will summon them, and it won't add any extra time to their summoning. I can see it only added +3 for Ina. When you're using your assembly gauge, you're not able to use your summon attacks. So when doing that, you may as well just spam your best stats. And this is the worst thing you can get from a chest. A healing item. Great. These are all pretty good. Shingen's pretty good just for buffing a bunch of, like, stats. Let's see. Sunjian has a really good one for fire. Yeah, just cause an explosion inflicts enemies with burn. Like, when you have that active, and some of the other ones that have similar effects, you can really just, like, do one charge attack, and then just, like, cause a chain explosion. It's very amusing to see. Probably one of these two. I do wish it didn't take so long to get the skill upgrades to unlock full movesets for characters. I've had several runs where I didn't unlock the full moveset. Particularly for the Samurai Warriors characters, because like for their last moveset upgrade, they don't even get any actual new moves. It just gives elements to their hyper attack. Which you can definitely get by without. Alright, you can pick up these orbs on the ground. They'll just give you a free setup. Liu can spawn from this. Actually, grab Sunjian and go ahead and grab his explosion ability. He's a bit hard to set up, because he wants like a bunch of woo, a bunch of fire, and to upgrade his attack, you need a bunch of rulers, which are very few. Just keep rerolling, I have them. I know Lubu can appear in this. There we go. He's just good to grab, because he's got 4 stats he gives you. Those are really strong if you're making a lightning build. More meat! Yeah, because it just increases bolt damage by 200%, which is a lot. Whereas Tatakatsu increases continuous damage from flames by 200%. Which is good for a flame build, but it's not as good as just like more raw damage. So Lubu's is slightly better than his. Right, I need to get Nobuyuki to upgrade her ability. I plan to keep her on the team. See, I guess I could replace KG. Lubu doesn't get the Flower of War attack buff, however. Whatever, the numbers say it's better, sure. I do have a high enough bolt on triggering it with most of my attacks, so it'll probably pay off. The numbers aren't always correct in what's the best thing you can do. You can't fully trust those. This is the boss I hate fighting the most. Because the little shit loves to teleport. And do attacks that are just awkward to get around. See if I can just nuke him. Yep. Boy, Ryza is very strong. Right, this one gives you a bunch of random elements, or random emblems. Reduces your effectiveness of your assembly gauge for 25% for 5 phases, but that's not too terrible. The downside is it could give you an emblem you don't particularly want to get up. Attack by 400% towards Sin Sphere enemies. That was definitely buffed. It was 200%. I assume they started to realize Sin Spheres really aren't that much of a threat. So just no one picked this, and honestly, it's still not appealing. I'm still not going to pick it. This one's pretty good, but Keen's Cauldrons are a lot more useful than the Peach Gardens. So I guess we'll go with the emblem one. More fists. Muso is filling up so quick now. It's really one attack, and it's filled up. I hope you like this one particular voice line. I didn't realize her fist got up that high. So I guess it is what I just got 3 of. Sure, more dodging. Shinoa's ability, just meat puns of love. Yeah, I don't consider that particularly good, unfortunately. Even more fisting, let's go. Ryza has 14 levels of fisting. Let's see, this one is a mission, we'll go with it. Hello, redhead. Yumia and Guy are now on like a 6-second cooldown. Ridiculous. As is Xena. These are nice for missions that you need to get a required number of kills, because it just stops the timer for you. I'm building a music quick enough. More fire. Maybe we'll get the flame protection. A lot of people want to be random to you. Forget them though. Hey, you're Flower of War. Yeah, come along. Each had a good ability. Yeah, you get Tears of War when you attack enemies with Saurian Wind's Affliction. Good to have early on. I don't really need to rely on buying stuff, though. I'll go ahead and do this one. See what the chest gives me. Because honestly, the build is good enough as is. I can clear this run, no problem. Unless I just really screw up. More bolts, which is actually useful, or this. I'm not even sure if upgrading this more at this point is even worth it. I normally don't get it this high. Great, my Muso was already full. Riza's fisting her way through hell. I didn't even realize the assembly wore off. I was not paying attention to it. Oh well. Missed it on a big nuke. Not that it matters. More fire. Who else is available? I don't have enough Sana to freak Yumura. Actually, I want to get more skills. Yeah, I'll try and get you. Ah, there we go. I would like to at least see her attacks. Her EX attacks that I still don't have unlocked. I am hitting with Flame for a lot of these, so he'll probably be worthwhile to add on. What do I toss out for? Definitely keeping Sophie and Yumia. Yeah. Bye, Ina. Replaced with a different Sanada. Now let's go shopping. Skill 1? Sure. Resets, why not? I didn't even look at these. Let's see. Honestly, I'm fine with what I have. Like, these are all better for sure. I'll just buy all the character. Okay, that was her EX attack. Yeah, one final rainbow projectile spit out. It's her second EX attack. More rainbow scepters. Wait, that's her rainbow color. Let's see. More fists. Definitely the summon I use the least, one that's in the last spot there where Tadakatsu is. That summon is always reserved for the end of your S string, and I normally just, do a charge attack below that point, instead of just mashing square all the way to the end of the S string. But I tend to only trigger them when I'm, like, actively trying to. Azure Dragon. That sounds cool. Oh, Fist and Flame, yes. Mongo knows what this build is about. Right, we've got enough flame now that we have this protective flame orb circling around us. Under multiple tornadoes around you and inflict wind damage. Losing out on the barrier, but more damage, sure. has been a fun game for me just to chill out with. But for watching it, I could see how it might be a bit boring. Because it is just going through basically the same groups of enemies over and over again. More nuance to it, and enjoyment of building your build. It's something you really only experience by playing it, I feel. And of course, I know when I hit the point where I don't have all that much to say anymore. There's just not that much to say about it as you're going through it. Isn't that just warriors? Kind of. Oh, you're not the flower of war? Yeah, come on. But you can tell when a Warriors game has more nuance to it than that. Like, Origins definitely has a lot more going on to it. Right, this boss is completely random who you can end up fighting. Now, the Veteran Warrior or Bloodthirsty Warrior. Veteran Warrior is Tadakatsu, uses his moveset. And Bloodthirsty Warrior is Lubu, uses his moveset. Far too overpowered for traversal level 1. Alright, you don't get a treasure chest for the last one. Yeah, once you beat them, then it's straight on to the final boss. The orb that hovers around you will perpetually deal damage, which is pretty nice. Particularly if the enemy is just like stuck there. They'll keep doing it even when you're doing like a Muso or something. At one attack from summoning Yukimura that spits out a bunch of those air blades going forward, the red ones. That's very good. It's a lot of burst damage. Alright, this bit of dialogue always plays. I'm not sure why. The projectiles Goma shoots out are indestructible. You can't just cancel out any of his attacks by activating Muso. And all of his attacks can be dodged through. Oh, that was a regular Muso. I wanted to use the assembly Muso, but oh well. I only ended up using it once. It's kind of neat seeing all elements affect him at once. That's a pretty cool effect. Normally when I make these builds, I just focus towards like one element, maybe two. But it is neat the Ateliers encourage you to invest in multiple elements. Yeah, pretty normal run. Alright, that's one down. Suppose we'll go with Sophie next. What does she have? Increases assembly gate charge by 10% for every Flower of War emblem. Total wisdom emblems by 50%. Basically means like every even number you get another. Eternal Cycle Staff increases attack by 5% for every independent emblem. That's for bolt damage when you destroy enemy barriers. Independent, I think, is a lot less than Flower of War. And she wants to collect both. Like, independent includes, like, Goemon, Okuni, Maguichi, Ateliers, and that might be it. There's not very many independent. I don't think any of the others are considered independent. Yeah, not in KG. Yeah, it usually... Oh, I guess the non-mon are considered independent, 'cause why not? Which, I mean, they obviously are part of a faction, theirs, but sure, independent, why not? Yeah, I don't believe any other DW character has that. So a very small pool that can buff her with that effect. Probably will be getting a lot more independence as more guest characters are added, because I imagine that will apply for quite a lot of them. John Zhao is independent? Oh, okay. That's one more. Yeah, I guess if they have independent, it means their faction isn't going to be considered an actual faction. Kinda makes sense. Because yellow terms would just be like Zhang Zhao and possibly Zhou Tsang. If they add him. Like, I assume Sophie's moveset is going to be her Warriors All-Stars move. Which means if they took this character from Warriors All-Stars, they would be willing to take others. Your theme is so cheerful. Go ahead and get speed for that evade. Yeah, Risa is definitely the same as in All-Star. And she doesn't have that ability that Ryza did, where she can cause more Flower of Wars to appear, so we just kinda gotta gamble on them appearing. So grab Zhou Yun. A lot more attacks. See, who need wind? Yumia need wind. Also, she's considered wind, so it's gods of fine here. Yeah, with every character that's been brought over from this, their moveset is updated a bit to fit more in line with this game. Or just generally improve them if they're, you know, kind of terrible. Who's considered lightning? Right, Sophie was the one that had lightning. I don't really need to grab. I do like that they're adding more characters, but something I do want to see is like more floors of hell to get through. Ideally, more bosses to fight. Oh, Goemon! Another independent. I normally never pick him because his ability isn't all that great. He only boosts one stat. He's even hard to find because he only has like the fist option. And there's so many other like better units that also give you the fist. I think it's called Vigor in this. Anyways, we're grabbing him now. Yeah, Ryza was fire. We kick down the ice summons. He should eventually show up. He's not a bad one to grab because he gives 3 stats. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Instead of wasting all my rerolls, hoping Ryza will appear. I should be aiming for Wisdom, because she can build that up very quick. Considering she just gets double Wisdom. Alright, her Muso. She can aim her Muso a bit, that's nice. I do appreciate when they do that. Yeah, I'll grab me now. Should have gotten the one chest to see if I got something good from it, but oh well. A lot of Sophie's moveset is just chucking elemental bombs. It really feels like they got more creative with the Ryza. Did I really reroll and get the same units? Oh, she buffs Goemon. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Nah, let's grab Yumia. That's how you can go up here, because your attack isn't particularly good. Grab at least a few slugs. I definitely appreciate being able to aim the Muso a bit. They made it where a few other characters were able to do that. Not everyone, but it's nice when you notice it. On this list. Yeah, it's right at the bottom there. Oh, this is just a general summon full. Yeah, I'll grab Sumsei. Just check her skill more. We couldn't see most of her attacks because she was obscured by Onigashira's huge ass. Yeah, Sophia has her Warriors All-Stars moveset. Which I do like that they're smart enough to take the moveset from that, because it means the other Warriors All-Stars characters have a pretty good odds of showing up. They already took one from that. The Daka Ding vessel again. I'd rather not spam Muso as much as I did last time. Increasing the Tears of Blood and Karma Emblems awarded for completing missions by 200%. I want to say that was increased. I think the number was smaller before. And I think they also buffed how much Karma Embers you get from completing missions as well, because it was way too low. You know what? Sure. Traversal 1 isn't going to be difficult enough anyways. After taking from the Warriors All-Stars moveset, we could very well see Zoteng in this. Also means we get William. Who would be, once again, the only character speaking English in a fully Japanese game. Also means we get Nobunaga again. That'll be fun. Thanks, Inma, but I don't care about Sensei's unique tactic. Like, I think it busts Wu emblems, and who cares? Her last charge attack. Right. Just summons the slimes to charge. I just noticed, like, she toots her little horn and then cheers him forward. That's pretty great. There she is. How do I activate your ability? 8 flame. Wow. Only one more ice, though. Those other heroes have the Flower of War. It's actually not that good. Unless I have a bunch of Flowers of War. I have, Really? Goemon isn't considered Flower of War? Really? He's so Kabuki-oriented. Keiji gets it, but not him? Huh. I suppose he's just too manly. Alright, there's some characters like Ping Tong that have, like, traits of zone that lowers enemies' defense or will buff your attack and stuff. I don't think any of those are very good. I'll take Seth's off as well, because I don't think his attack is very good. Sure. Yeah, I'll leave you on fire. There's still EX attacks to get. I guess I could aim for more skill. We still have a lot of stages to go through that. I'll aim for the chest. Good to get a good formation too. Hello, lone Sin Spear. Sin Spear, jeez. Ryza's summon animation is literally just her charge one. Thank you, Elliot, for 23 months. And membership's been going on for a while, haven't they? I do wish for these missions where you have to hunt down punished souls that they would at least come for you. Especially when you generally want to gather them up so you can just nuke them all. Damn it, tried to run away. Okay, that got me. I need one more ice, so I'll probably just pick up one more ice, so I don't need to invest a slot into that. More charm up, because that's pretty low. That boosts a lot of characters. Sure. Yeah, that activated their attack buff. I need more fists to activate his. He's not even doing anything right now. She needs one more wind. That'll probably activate. Well, Dren don't really have enough money for that. Or money then. It's another free emblem. Let's see. Wisdom. We need a lot more wind, yeah. Up. Oh yeah, if you're doing like a Muso attack, it's best to not aim it off screen. Because it feels like you don't really kill anything if you're not on screen most of the time. Like they're just despawned or like their hitbox like disengaged until they're actively visible. There's two down here. This is probably the most annoying mission. So you just have to keep fighting punished souls randomly. Until the game decides, okay, that was a real one. Mission complete. We have a lot of money now. More money! That makes Sophie rich. The tiny little gold digger. The arrow raining attack, probably one of the best 7 skills. It feels like it deals a ton of damage and really good at building up Muso and Assembly Gauge. Kun Ching Ching has it, Ieyasu has it, Ina has it, Motonari has it. Value 1 and Huangzhong also have it. Huangzhong busts that arrow rain ability. I've been kind of interested how like a setup with all those units would work. Because there are some units that have abilities where they buff a specific kind of attack. And that specific kind of attack is shared between multiple units. But I've never bothered to gather them all up to see if it's actually worthwhile. Hello, Lubu. Yeah, I did need more Slay. But may as well grab the big man. Alright, I got a bunch of money. Let's go shopping. Yeah, April Showers is what it's called. None of these I really want. I guess we'll grab Zhuge Liang for sure since he was cheap and gives up with the wisdom. Good for Sophie. Oh, why the game considers the Taro worth more than these two. Like, his ability, I don't even think is that great. Summons this hero and other heroes who have summoning skill Soaring Blade have been summoned. It's so highly specific. It's a summon ability that that Ujiyasu has, and it is a good one. Just awkward to set up. He doesn't have much synergy. I'll grab him anyways. You know what? I'll grab them all. Actually, I could buy another one of these. I forgot how loaded Sophie was. I guess I will. Let's see. The barrier one is easily the best if it was like I was actually doing like a harder traversal level. But I'm not. More attack. Like 100% for heroes with the Uesugi Toyotomi emblem. Swift Strike. Swift Strike is not very good. For Wu, that's for Shu. For Wu again. Yeah. Nah, not great. You still need more fists to activate your ability. He buffs Soaring Blade. I guess that might pair well with Kataro. But you need 10 speed. It requires so much to get. And to buff his ability, you need Ujiyasu and 10 Slay. He has such a ridiculous requirement and not a worthwhile payoff whatsoever. You'll see it needs another ice and a lot more fire. You need one more wind. Once you fought these guys enough and you learned all their moves, it's not really a struggle. I say they just get hit. And still tore through the sky after just one phase. These bosses have a lot more attack we're just not seeing because I keep rinsing them. Sizable portals by 1 for their phase. Damage increases the amount of EXP acquired by 20%. This always had that 20% EXP gain. I think that was added on. Oh, makes all unlocked formulas available, formations available for use. Yeah, that's crazy good. Yeah, this is mine now. Like, it's so good, it's just the instant buy. Saves you a lot of money in Tears of Blood. I wasted that 2,000 I spent. You can also get this one, 8 Trigrams, which is just the best one. 50% for everything, so all of your summons just hit 50% harder. Your Muso attack just hits 30% harder, and it sets up a barrier that damages an enemy when they touch it. Very good. Also customers. Yeah, it's only the first boss that got nerfed. Probably because a lot of, like, first-time players were getting wrecked by it and were complaining it was too hard. And just didn't understand you're supposed to keep brick-walling yourself against it until you get better. It's the Radon effect. It's on a much smaller scale. For a boss that didn't need to get nerfed, gets nerfed. Because people are too impatient and want immediate gratification. I got worked Kalian at level 6 and I can't beat Radon. It's too hard, he has to be nerfed. I love being able to aim that laser. Something I haven't really been utilizing with her build is that she, it's really hard with her, or she builds up her assembly gauge really quick with more, as other Flowers War and Independent, but I have a bunch of those. So for characters like that, you want to be using their assembly gauge a lot. But I'm so conservative, I just don't. So I'm not even really using her to her full capability. Takahei is loaded up with stuff. We'll get Shingsai though. Flower of War after all. Was that the last one I needed for a moveset? I think it was. Okay, that's her charge attack. Just throws out more bombs. Or her EX attack. Yeah, her ES attacks are literally just toss more bombs. Random bullshit go. Someone needed a fist. It was going on. He's gonna get replaced though. Actually, wait, already replaced. No, he's there. You know what? Fine. I'll grab another fist emblem. Just to get his skill active. So I can get slightly more Tears of Blood whenever I nuke enemies with the Muso. Which is pretty redundant because Musos will trigger elements, so if you have someone like Sun Cheng Cheng, it gives you Tears of Blood when something dies and it's inflicted with Disorient. Yeah, just redundant. I'm right. I need a bunch of flame, don't I? Want to get Ryza's ability active. Oh, double fisting. But you buff Flower for it. Come on.
さて
Toss out for you. Xiao Yun, you can go. He's got his bolt buffing active. To buff its attack, all you need is Diao Chan, which is nice. But it's a shame Diao Chan's one of the harder units to find, because she is just one charm emblem. That's all she has. So you either have to get her from the completely generic pool, or find Charm specifically. Just keep re-rolling and hope you find her to buff Lu Bu. I guess I won't build them. And go shopping again? Nah. Do I want any of these guys? Reroll for Tatakatsu, I suppose. He has Flower of War. Sure. Yeah, even just rerolling for Diao-chan, like, it's not... There's nothing guaranteed with getting her. You really just kind of gotta get lucky. Or have something that might cause her to be more likely to appear, which I'm not even sure if anyone has an ability like that. I guess something that would cause either more charm or grace units to appear. Careful one, just for 3. There he is. Yeah, we just didn't need to add him to the actual team. I want to go for the chest. Sure. Hope we can change the music for the next update. I'm fine with it just being semi-random. The first track that plays always seems to be one that's tied in with the character you selected. After that, it does appear to just be random. Damn it, I sent the decoy warrior flying. I don't know where he's at now. Any more wind? No, I think I have enough. Wisdom, sure. If that's the theme for the entire time. That sounds like it would get old very quickly. None of these are great. What's in character for Sophie? Ah, yes, kill as many enemies as possible. He is just firing a giant death laser. Sometimes just activating assembly is enough. I got our use attack, didn't I? Yeah, I don't need him. Here, reduce summon cooldown. Here, I'll take 3 set boost. Oh, you're independent. Yeah, come on. That's 3 stats. What do you even do? Oh, just bust your own attack. Whatever. Okay, having a flame, I never happened to cross 1 ice. Like I kept thinking I would. And she needs to leave bait about that attack. He's good. Wants a lot of fisting. I happen to get Kanetsugu. He wants Uchiyasu. He wants a coup. Oh, your save file got corrupted, Masayuki. That's terrible. I assume you were playing on PC then. Stuff like that seems to be a lot more common on PC. Some areas on the map you can end up in just feel like less enemies spawn there. So if you're on like a time limit to kill enemies, it's best to just move out of those areas and go to a different spot. It's also recommended for if you're trying to unlock the trophy where you get a bunch of damage with the assembly moves though. So obviously the more enemies there are to hit, the more damage you're going to be dealing overall. Get smarter. Oh, there's the ice I wanted. And double down on skill. Once you unlock the, but you can look ahead and see what all your emblems will unlock the more you get them. Once you get unlock attack actions 3, you don't really need to push up for skill. It can be good to take it out to 12 to increase your damage to barriers, but everything beyond that always feels like too much of an investment. Attributes always applied sounds nice, but when you think about it, it really just means your attributes are applied for like your square attacks, because they're already always applied for your charge attacks. Now she'll summon all the Flowers of War. So that'll be Kai, Keiji, Yumia, and Shang-Chi. Not Goemon. But whatever, I'll keep Goemon just to add up more Tears of Blood, I suppose. Be smarter! Those are all good choices, honestly. I just emptied out my assembly gauge right before fighting the boss. That was smart of me. Are there any Slay units or an enter Flower of War? Ling Chi? Probably it. There we go. Yeah, that increases the assembly gauge charge for every Flower of War. I'm not sure how to check how many I have aside from just going through the hero list. Attack is going up by 5% for every independent emblem. 125% right now, so that's pretty good. The only independent I'm missing is Zhanjiao Monkwo. Oh, and Magoichi counted as independent. Forgot about that. Yeah, I should have grabbed him when I saw him. Oh well. Whatever, this is good enough. Give it to the boss. Samurai Warriors 4 DX save got corrupted too. Wow. Oh, that's a different person saying that. Huh, so that happened to 2 different people. I don't know if that's Koei just kind of being bad with saves on PC games, or just how PC gaming is. If you can time it well, the summoning animation, when you summon an ally, you do have iframes for it. So you can use that to avoid attacks, if you just happen to time it well. He finally got to the phase 2! Because they didn't have the assembly gauge to nuke him. Yeah, the bosses are supposed to summon enemies. We just haven't seen that yet, because I kept killing them so quick. And now this one's dead. I don't think I need to really reach any more elements, but sure, flame. His flame ended up being the highest because I had to get it to 8 for Ryza. Danger zones stop appearing for 10 phases, increase the amount of karma embers acquired by 50%. Sure. Which that may not even pay off. Because, like, you get more karma the more, like, enemies you kill. And you have to kill more if you're in the danger zone. So I'm not even sure if that's really worth it, even just for strictly getting more karma. I don't like fighting around those pillars, so I generally prefer to get to this big open area over here. Also, there's less than 10 phases left, so that basically means we're not going to encounter any danger zones for the rest of this run. Yeah, you get more... The higher the traversal level is, the more karma you get, yes. I wish the game didn't launch the decoy warriors. They're so hard to keep up with. You have an assembly at them, they're just getting sent flying. Oh yeah, Tamahari, yeah, he's definitely the worst for all the teleporting he does. Wisdom is almost maxed out. And doing a lot of flame. Sure. I want to add him though. Oh, it's not even active yet. Oh right, one more Sanada. Oh, Cauldron, let's go shopping. Nice to just get 4 new characters. I wish it had like a pop-up to show you what all you unlocked for getting them. Yeah, I don't think these buffed anyone else actively using. But hey, more stats is nice. Our assembly gauge really does build up pretty quick. Sure, I'll take more damage than barriers. Yeah, these characters don't really have anything that increases your damage to barriers, because they're just Flowers of War and independent. Nothing but barrier damage for that, for those typings. Yeah, I'll go to. I've got 2 Muso gauges. Yeah, that item that gives you 100% assembly gauge increase is pretty ridiculous. But the Cauldron is pretty good for setting up builds, or just like getting a bunch of emblems. So, if I see that like early in the run, I'll usually opt to not grab it. Muso back to back. The first time I unlocked the second Muso gauge was playing as CME, and it's pretty good for him. There's quite a few characters that can get like 50% more Wisdom emblems, so those are obviously the easiest ones to build up towards getting 2 Muso gauges. Although, now any more wisdom upgrades don't do anything for me, so I don't need any more. Blade deals a bit more damage. Freeze lasts longer. Yeah, sure. Oh, you're another attendant? Yeah. I could field both him and Jurong. Have them both get buffed by the 100% attack. Probably sick of just having Flower of War characters. Keep Goemon on. In case I come across another cauldron these next few stages, then I'll take them off. Visiting defense for 5 phases. That's very good. That'll last for when we fight the boss. Hey, if you get lucky and get one of those effects triggered like before you can fight the boss, that's very good. I think they'll even last for fighting Goma. More vigor. Excuse me, more fist. Yeah, I know what you mean. Getting the cauldrons on stage 4, or phase 4, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the longer you wait to get the cauldrons, the better they are, generally. You can grab him and already activate his loading ability. Anyone else they want? These are all I don't think so. Yeah, I'll grab you though. Maybe I'll use your exploding. For more shields? I don't really need shields though. Random. I wonder if Goemon's ability actually stacks chains. It might be, because that Tears of Blood is going up very quickly. If so, it's not as redundant as I initially thought, but it's really hard to gauge that. The downside to having a build about grabbing a bunch of Tears of Blood is that you could just potentially not find any cauldrons. I've had a few runs where they just never spawn. And that's always a shame. Because it could just mean, well, you don't get any formations, period. That'd be enough to activate Sun Jian's. You know what? Sure. What would charm be? That's probably a lot of flowers of war, right? Oh, you're not one. You're not one. I guess not all females are flowers of war. Alright, you're charm. You're independent. Good aim for him. Flower of war. You're flower of war. I guess it's more the, like, active fighters that are flower of war. I wonder what that is in Japanese. I'm curious what it's translated from. Well, it's a bit too late for 3 phases of more EXP. Robert of Tears of Blood, definitely too late for that. I may as well get more EXP. I need more EXP from the bosses, I suppose. The other options were not great. I think there's one character I played who actually gained more damage the more Tears of Blood they had. I think it was Karasi. But that was kind of neat, just to build up Tears of Blood just to have it. I guess Charm. Maybe I'll get another. Well, I know I'm gonna get another, actually. I get DL John and Buffalo Boo. You know what? Sure. Maybe I'll throw him on the team. Actually, I should have aimed for Zhang Jiao, but oh well. Alright, going on, you served me well. Let me just trade you out for Blue fucking Boo. I want to slap Tadakatsu. Who to replace? I guess Shang Chang. Yeah, I don't exactly need Tears of Blood going in to fight the final boss, do I? And he's still Flower of War, so he can still get summoned with Ryza. Let's see. Probably best if I put charge 1 spot. So just summon everything. Everything except Lubu. Lubu is not the flower. I don't know what Tadakatsu is. And I guess everyone else is fine. Fighting Lubu this time. Definitely the harder of the two. His attacks come out a lot quicker. Aside from this one, which is extremely telegraphed. Not quite as strong as the Ryza build. He didn't just rinse him immediately. I do like how they set up the movesets in these two. They use a lot of attacks that aren't part of their regular moveset. Like his Rage Muso finisher is one of Lubu's attacks. And his Warrior's Orochi unique magic is that move where he just jumps up into the air and then slams down. Yeah, well, Lubu is more quicker, and yeah, he has that grab that can just hit you immediately. Tadakatsu is more about just hitting you with massive AoE attacks. But he's slower and more predictable. Marionettes from Muso Gauge doesn't really do much for when you're doing assembly. It only drains one Muso Gauge, doesn't get any stronger or anything. It's nice when you have a barrier active, because you really just don't have to worry about getting attacked. You don't have a barrier, even when you have assembly active, you still have to focus on dodging enemies. But with the barrier, you suddenly don't have to do that, so you can just devote more of your time to just attacking and getting DPS in on the enemy. I tried to just Muso through this first attack he does. He seems to always start with that bullet hell attack. Yeah, if you're close to him, you can just run right next to him to dodge those lasers. If you try to dodge through them, you're very likely to get hit by one preceding it. If you're like very far away from them, then you can just run outside of the range of those lasers. So that kind of depends on where you're positioned in the arena. Yeah, a bit weaker than Ryza was. But that's fine. Wasn't exactly trying to make an optimal build here. Like, all the treasures I grabbed were all stuff that like buffed like Embrigade and whatnot. True final boss next update will bring. I haven't heard about that. If they talked any more about the next update that's going to happen, I haven't seen it. It does definitely feel like there is supposed to be more to this. Alright, now on to Yumia. This is a character I really just know nothing about. I know a bit about Sophie because I was exposed to her Mori's All-Stars. And Ryza I just know from existing, and the joke that everyone loves her thighs. Yeah, but this character, her game just came out, I believe. Huh, so her staff is like a gun, that's cool. That's actually really neat. So she has like smacking attacks and just shoots it like a gun. And kicks. Middle attacks. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I didn't even look at her abilities, I just got started. I assume I want Flowers of War. I'll grab Shang Shang. Decrease attack by 5% for every independent emblem. But disorient causes an explosion, puts in disorient. Uses your total wind emblems by 50%. That's really good. I haven't seen that for an elemental one. And actually, she's one of the one that doesn't need Flower of War. Uses attack by 30% for charge attack towards enemy barriers. That's all really good. Let's see, are there any smart people that are independent? Probably not. No, I don't think so. So we'll go with pure random. Yeah, Shang Shang was still a good choice just for being another wind unit. I don't even have most of her moveset unlocked, but I do honestly really like it. None of those are great. Hey, you're independent. Come on. It's magical Magoichi. For the sake of this run and having more fun, we'll try this. Odds are it's gonna work and I'll get 2 crystal beads. That's more summons. Fuck me! I decided to take a gamble with an improvisation, but the Emperor remained stone-faced throughout. I guess I didn't tug at his heartstrings. Sophie was just like, that sucked, Jin. Hang yourself. I kind of feel like Gracia ought to be independent, but I guess not. How many charms are independent? Surely that applies for a booty, right? Or is she even charmed? Yeah, I don't think there are any good ones, really. Ah, here we are. A good one. I do want more wind, but chest. Oh right, Zhang Jiao has that terrible awful ability. Oh yeah, what's her Muso? Oh, her Muso's just fucking Excalibur. Nice. Are there any slaves? Now, looking for just independent is a lot harder. Go type, more skill. Yeah, your charge 5 is just like... Yeah, bullet rain. Oh, whoops, I was trying to do attacks. I don't know what I'm doing now. Well, at least he was one with the chest. It would be hunting down punished souls. Just straight up Excalibur. An ice one. That by 30% for heroes with a talent emblem. I believe we have that. Oh, nope, Master Gunner. Oh yeah, I guess I should have been able to tell that she'd use guns, considering she had the Master Gunner trait. No, I think it was Ryza that had talent. There's very little Master Gunner support. I think it's just Magoichi, actually. So I guess I'll keep an eye out for him. He's also independent. They aren't great, but I'm gonna waste my rerolls on it, so... Sure, it's good to have a speed anyways, so your evade actually has iframes. It sucks when it doesn't. Yeah, Magoichi and Masamune both have Master Gunner. And I believe Sakatora does as well. I think Mitsuhide? That may be it. Exu? Caliber! Sometimes when there are AoEs all around you, you're just gonna dodge into them. I don't have the interrupt telegraphed attacks yet, but I do want to stack up more. I'll assume I'll find a fist somewhere. One? It's not independent though. Who he is? Yeah, she is just wind. I'll go ahead and grab her then. Let's see, what is this? Removes all ammunition from enemy archers and sin spewers. Right. Disarming wave. That's, it's not good. Because, except in the final boss arena, you can just... Any of your attacks will destroy any incoming projectiles your way, so you really just don't need it. Nakuni is the exact same. Great, I love that I have two of these. These are awful. These need to be buffed to do something else. Because it's not good. Cauldron only have 4,000. I'll visit it later. How good are the newer Atelier games? I've said it before, but the only Atelier game I played was Atelier Totally. And I thought it was okay. I finished it. I got to one ending at least. I didn't get the super special best ending. I got the ending where it was obvious that the main character's mother was there, but they didn't have like any proper reunion because she was too dumb to figure it out. Yeah, Takatora also has faster counter. Really? I thought I would think Sakon would have it, but I guess not. What does Magoichi need to start the Master Gunner buff? I don't know. He's not on this list because it's all ice. I don't really need Ryza. I don't really need to have like a Flower of War build because nothing about Flower of War is particularly buffed for Yumia. I only have so many reroll. I'll just go ahead and grab Takatora in case I need more Master Gun. I have kind of been interested in trying the newer Atelier games. Like, particularly Ryza and this newest one that's come out. Like, the Ryza games must be doing something right beyond the good dice. For them to have made 3 Ryza games. The main thing that put me off of Totally when I played it was that it had that time limit thing. It just was not fun to me. I got to change my formation. I got a bunch of those. Oh well, not that I needed it. Is she like flying for a rage move though? That's neat. Ah, the ding vessel. Yeah, that's really good. Here's the tears of Blood paid at King Cauldron by 20%, increases your tears of blood by 50 at the start of each battle phase. Was that just added onto it? I don't remember if the plus 50 at the start of each battle phase was always there or not. You know what? Sure, I'll grab it. I don't really need to try to make myself strong for this one. Fire, more speed. Evade limitlessly, and enemies you touch while evading are not to the air and sustain slating. It'll be minor, but I guess I'd rather. Oh. Actually, I don't think I have any flame emblems. Fine, dodge. I'm trying to think what other characters they might add for this. Like, obviously we have the Warriors Arc 3 and Warriors All-Stars characters. And the ones most likely to show up are going to be Ninja Gaiden characters next. This Koei's been going hard on supporting Ninja Gaiden lately. Double up on Slay, sure. Nobunaga would be a fun one. I do legitimately hope we get to see him again. Although he's a fun character to have around, his moveset wasn't all that great. Because it was mostly just shooting the musket a bunch. And summoning your cat army. But the novelty of it would probably be worth it. I could see like a general, like, sort of like Warriors All-Stars update. It would add like Nobunaga, Oka from Tokiden, and maybe some other main character. Okay, I have enough skill. What's your final charge attack? Okay, just a wind explosion, basically. Ah, she's shooting the gun down at Great Sword. Okay. And the final S-ring, just ascending down. Her moveset is pretty nice, honestly. I would kind of like to see it in like a regular Warriors game. I am hoping the Ninja Gaiden characters use their All-Stars moveset, yeah. It's definitely the more updated of the movesets. More unique, for sure. Can you build up lightning or flame? No, I don't think so. Yeah, just get more fist, more attack. It's fire, right? Oh yeah, I guess I should try to get Ryza just because she's independent. Yurong and Munquo are also in the. So yeah, if I'm getting flame, good one to reroll on. Yeah, okay. Either of these two. Sure, you're on. Yeah, I got enough money. Spend some of this. Alright, their cost was decreased. Yeah, so one Yi costs basically nothing. More wind is good. I've been building up Slay, sure. Sorry, Katsuya. Grab the barrier one just because it's cheap. Sure. Prefer that to limitless dodging because it still means you know, have to dodge. I activated his ability, so that's cool. Chest or more wind? Yeah, I'll get the chest. Yeah, if they wanted to have Rachel or Momiji in the game, they would likely take their movesets from Wizard 3. But they may just skip those two. I imagine they want to prioritize the characters that have the bigger fan base. So that'd be Ryu, Ayane, and Kasumi. And they're all in Warriors All-Stars, so they could just use their All-Stars moveset for those three, and just not bother with Rachel or Momiji. Tough Gen, don't need you. I don't need Israel. I guess you're more skilled. I'll grab you. Okay, sorry about that. Had a phone call. Let's see, what is this? Increase EXP, increase drop rate for Peach. Oh, that's terrible. No, EXP. Let's see, yeah. Nobunaga would still just be a fun one to have. There's that Knights of Azure girl, too. She was in Warriors All-Stars. Although, who really thinks about that franchise nowadays? It wasn't that popular to begin with. Still, they have the movesets. It wouldn't be too much work, especially if they're already importing from All-Stars anyways. Achilles, it would definitely make sense to have him here. Considering how much influence this game takes from Hades, I believe they cited Hades as like a big influence for it specifically. And we do have like the Greek units along the maps. And the Greek locales. Alright, Joan of Arc achieves this. Probably get her. Yeah, she's in one of the ones that made it in the Warriors Archery 4. You're random, isn't it? Wanna reroll? Yeah, I don't care if these. I'll take 3 sets. Just for all of them. Charm doesn't have any in the book. I don't think any. You're random. I still haven't found any of the other Atelier girls. Or Magoichi. Magoichi would be great for it if I could just find him. A safe one. With a lot of those memories of the dead, there's usually always just like a good option that you'll always pick. And you'll ignore the other two. I don't think if there are any other franchises Koei could like add characters from. Atelier definitely feels like the one that fits them up. Say more fist. I'll go with more fist. There's Wo Long, but I feel like that would just get kind of weird since we already have, you know, Dynasty Warriors characters. Already have William from Neo. Yeah, and I guess adding any other characters beyond William would also be weird for the same reason it'd be weird for Wo Long, wouldn't it? Yeah, all these punished souls are down here. I wanted to get at least 2 of them with that move, so but oh well. Ah, great, I once again emptied out my assembly gauge before the boss. Oh well. Right, this one was pure random. 3 stats. Sure. I don't really have a great build set up now. It's kind of just all over the place. You too. Pull down for Wu. Not great. Guess I do have a few Wu characters lined up though. Buff your own attack. You've got a decent buff. That's okay for building up money. Yuan Chao's cool, and I hate to remove him, but he's honestly the best one to remove right now. I'll sauce out Nobunaga. Eat Yuan Chao for a bit longer. What's that new one I got? Deer Antler. Defense for every... I don't think I have very many lightning. Let's stick with the turtle shell. Megadori tends to always start with that move. Where it tries to glide into you. And eventually you realize just to always run from it. Still don't have her ES attacks unlocked. Where did it go? Somehow it fell down all the way over there. Right, this one. Increase attack for charge attacks by 5% every time you clear a phase. That's really good to get early on, not so great at this point. See, we've got 14 more phases left. That would be close to 100%. It wouldn't be terrible. Oh, but hey, all formations available for use. Way better. Oh wait, four-wheel chariot. They buffed this. 100% of your speed to your defense stat increases your speed by 15%. They did. It didn't have that plus 15% before. I think they realized this buff is minuscule. Like, it's pathetic. Let's see, my speed is like 130 right now. Actually, was it even always 100%? At least 130 would be okay, but my defense is already like 859, so it's still not that big of an increase compared to like how the overall stat is. It's usually just not worth it. If you ninja characters like transfer their speed stat or some of their speed stat into either attack or defense, and it's hardly noticeable for them to. At least it's something, yeah. Better than what it was. This would be good if I was close to a boss fight, but I'm not. Oh, 10% of my current health? Sure, whatever. With all the hectic effects going off, it can still be easy to forget when an AoE is heading your way. Particularly if you're not paying, like, you know, extreme close attention. Or if the screen is completely obscured from, like, April showers or something. That wave of troops is definitely the worst one. It takes up so much of the area. It's spawned by those unrepentant soul guys that are just going to town waving that banner around. I made all formations available for use, didn't equip any new formations. Right. Thanks for filling up my Musa gauge, it was already full. Good I should see is Master Archer. I don't think we ever see him with a bow in the series. No one I really want here, so I guess I'll grab Shingen. Always 8 Prey Dragon. Yeah, I don't think it's been referenced really, him having a bow. The most I can think of is him getting shot with an arrow in Dynasty Warriors 3. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe in some Bond dialogue somewhere, in like a camp in Dynasty Warriors 7, it's mentioned, hey, this guy knew how to shoot a bow. Charm, isn't it? We'll just stick with... That's Mari's fine. Want any fist people? That would be... Goemon and Monquo. It'd work. Hidden Kai isn't terrible either. It's leftover damage if I can get more Flowers of War and more fisting. Leon just sounds like he's dying when he's being summoned. He just goes, I don't want to get any of these up. I've like accidentally ended up raising ice. I'll go for lightning in case I get one of those characters, one of the Atelier characters. Speaking of lightning, I guess I can get... Actually, no, you're really good for buffing. Yeah, no, come with me. Get on the team immediately. Yeah, just increase attack for wind attribute by 100%. She does a lot of wind attacks. Get out of here. Alright, and I activated your ability. You know what? Sure. Place go tie for you. But Lumong isn't great on his own. Nakatora back. Okay, skill. That could be Magoichi. We just keep re-rolling until it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the summoned voice line effects are just from the same from when they're being summoned in Warriors Archer 4. For most of the characters. Obviously, it's not for, like, you know, the Atelier characters. There he is. Increases attack by 40% for heroes with a Master Gunner emblem. Right, only needs 3 Master Gunners and he's one of them. And then launch her attacks. Cool. And by Sakadora, you were here for a little bit. Who's the other Master Gunner we had? Sakatora, Yumia, Magoichi. It says we have 4. Who's the other one? Oh, Nobunaga's considered one. Okay. That does make sense. Yeah. Okay, shoots another kick combo. For that charge attack. And a very fun twirling attack for a charge 5. Just does gymnastic while shooting her staff gun. I do really like her animations. I like how Eve just has to be in every game now. It's like when they realize people like one particular track, and they have to put it in every game then. Just from aesthetic alone, I think yeah, I like Yumia a lot more compared to the other Atelier girls. This is pure random, isn't it? A lot of independence I don't have. I'll go with more wind. Oh, and go shopping, great. I didn't realize how many tears of blood have been building up. Hey, let's go shopping again. Well, you're cheap. Well, that suddenly gave me a lot more options. Like 5% for every charm emblem. I guess it's a lot now. Yeah, I guess it's better than Chow. Gauge by 5% for every Oda emblem. So that's 15% more charge of the Muso gauge. That's not bad at all. He's wind. Yeah, we'll place that. Yeah, that should be good. Shoot, give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, huh, update information. Oh, it just lets you go back and see what all they added. I see. I wish you would tell me a bit more information, like what was changed, but oh well. Let's have to check somewhere else for those patch notes. On their Twitter account. Probably hitting Muso right then. Oh well. I didn't think I could break his barrier that quickly. And still took him down. He just folds into himself when he dies. And what's our last one? 3 crystal bees, but you lose all your tears of blood. 3 selectable portals. But 5 tears of blood. The rest of those sucked. Yeah, definitely the hardest thing for me to, like, I guess advertise with this game is the fact that every floor is pretty much exactly the same. Like, when I think of a roguelike, I think of a lot more random element to it. And there are some random things to it. But for the most part, you can just make consistently good builds. Nothing changes, like, your overall playstyle too much. Which is maybe why I like it more than most roguelikes I've ever attempted. I'm generally not into roguelikes. But I could definitely do with some more enemy variety. Particularly bosses. Of course, making builds is still fun to me. And I just like the movesets enough. It's entertaining for me to see when they actually bother, like, doing changes to them. Sure, I'll activate Bolt, why not? It is really cool to have, like, more crossover characters like this, especially, like, brand new ones with their own new and unique movesets made specifically for this game. Though if they were going to have that, I do kind of wish they started with a few of them. I feel like that would have attracted more attention. So it is also a bit weird in general they didn't start with the full cast. They did start with a roster of 100, which is still a lot. Oh, cool. So Takatsu. Yeah, and 5 stats. Hard to say no to. 4. Sure, more crystal beads. Guan Yu, why not? Or wind. Wow, he also busts a bunch of things. All of our characters I'm not using, but... Sure. Brave General. Unfortunately, that's not Yumia. She's not brave. Gala. More fire. Flame is only at 5 though, so that's not too... Yeah, probably not going to change anything of the current build I have. He needs Zhang Fei to buff him. He needs Hideyoshi. Need to look out for those two. I guess Zhao Yun would work for Wei Yan, if I happen across him. And you need... Oh, more smartness. Nah, that's probably not going to happen. You already have the wind protection thing, that's cool. Nah, I'm pretty sure Ieyasu doesn't boost Ieyasu. Yeah, Ieyasu boosts Tokugawa emblems, and Ieyasu boosts Brave General. I don't think Ieyasu is considered a Brave General. Wind cooldown, or more wind. More wind. Keep building up towards this wind build. Oh, it'd be nice if I had Keiji. Or Fa Zheng. I got Ma Chao, and that's the most important one for a wind build. Current summoning cooldown for Flower of War. And it doesn't really matter if I don't have a Flower of War build. I thought having you was enough to buff Wei Yan. No, I still need one more select. Keep re-rolling. Yeah, they're better off. That's one of them. Can't turn down 4 stats. Come on. Shopping again. I don't have all that much money right now, though. I'll wait. See if it shows up a bit later. Yeah, I don't think a lot. Guaranteed Sin Sphere does not appear for 3 spaces. Who cares? Bring on the danger zones. That's just more EXP. Come on, though. Yeah, the Archie characters, it would make sense to have show up here. Archie would probably be fun to use in this with an updated moveset. Oh yeah, Noah and Nobunaga are both like really good pairs for like a slave build. All you need is like both of them to get the most out of their like slave boosting abilities. Aim for Hideyoshi instead. I don't really need one more point to slay for anything. Because I don't need any of those buffed, really. You can get Hideyoshi to pop up. That's full buff. Here we go. What about Magawichi? And he's staying, sure. Didn't me attack for 3 phases. Sure, we'll gamble it. Damn it, my max health. No. Yeah, with all the new characters they add to the game, you get more stats just for unlocking new characters, so the game will just get easier the more characters they add. If they don't add anything that actually makes it more difficult. The final wind upgrade, Death of Star 2. More wind orbs circling around you, causing perpetual constant damage to anything that gets near. There's a lot of twirls with their animations. It's like she's a gymnast. Right, this is pure random. Still haven't happened across any of the other Atelier girls. Yeah, have Kai's buff active. Better play. I guess. But Denari is a pretty sizable team. Yeah, it'd be more than what Kai offered. I guess I could replace. Well, that's 20% Muso gauge charge rate. Yeah, I'll replace Wei on. Although the game says this is worse. It's definitely better, though. Because his buff is attacked by 30% for 10 seconds when you gain a Tears of Blood. But hers is just 30% for Flower War Emblems, which includes Yumia. So it's like Wei Yon's buff active, but the entire time. The Mitsugate charge rate is good. Oh, here it is. Hello there. I'm good. Thank you for asking. I can't read your name, so I don't know what to call you. Yeah, they both have Maguichi's moveset in this too, and it's pretty fun to use. Hanzo, I was really impressed with how they changed his moveset. Like, his moveset was already pretty good, he didn't really need to have buffs, but they decided to buff every single one of his attacks to some degree. I believe it's the Samurai Warrior character that had the most buffs to their movesets. And some of them don't really have any, which is always disappointing when they don't. It'd be kind of neat to like chronicleize all the changes that was done, but that would be a lot of work. I'll also have to sit down and play every single individual character and try out all their moves. I am trying to make a video for like every character in this, do at least one run. Finally, there's one of them. Get over here. Do I even want you on the team? What do you do? Yeah, it's 20% attack increase. Summoning cooldown for Flowers of War. Applies for you two. Worth losing the Muso Gauge charge rate. Okay, and you just given it. Bigger than 20%. Sure. Yeah, I want to use her. Yeah, Gamaki's theme is pretty good. They did pretty good picking out some of the better songs with this. That didn't kill very many, but oh well. You know, before I woke up and saw the other two Atelier characters they added here, and I thought it was just gonna be Ryza. I thought, since I called this the Thigh Edition, that like, once they finish Ryza, I would just play other characters with big thighs. So it'd be like a run as Goemon or Donguo or Menghuo. That was gonna be my fallback plan, if playing as just Ryza felt too short. But it ended up not coming to that. They put in more effort for this than I ever expected them to. Yeah, Kessen 3 Koraku. And his magnificent thighs are not in, unfortunately. The mightiest, meatiest thighs in all of Koei. Oh, who'll want this? I guess more fisting worked. Attack boost. Cool, Cauldron. I was hoping for this one last time. There's KG. Winning 1 wind emblems. Recruited quite a few now. Right, he needs Kanetsugu to activate his thing. Still, double disorient is good. And hey, Flower of War. I'll put Motonari on the sideline, even though he does give a pretty hefty buff with 15 charm. Like, 5% attack for every charm it's pretty good when you're at high charm. Dashi is just one of the best, because, like, it's pretty easy to just amass a few Oda emblems and then get, like, a really high Muso charge rate bonus. I guess I could take her off, because I don't really need her Tears of Blood now, do I? Although her attack is good. But yeah, maybe I'll just put Motonari back on. The game really thinks the Muso charge rate is good. Here's another wind attack. Yeah, sure, come on, Toshiya. Yeah, you can stay for the buff, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Not that I need to try that hard for this. Am I playing Samurai Warriors 3 in PS3? No, that's not what this is. And I've already played it, if that's what you're asking. Wow, that shredded his barrier. And his health. Well, bye, Tatakatsu. Didn't get a fourth of the way down in the assembly gauge. Jesus. Yeah, you wouldn't think the protective star adds that much damage, but it really does. He's running from me, he knows. I can see the damage stacking up on the gauge. The more you stay glued to the enemy, the more it's gonna do. And when they're stunned, they can't move, so just all that damage is piling up on them. And when you're activating your assembly gauge, all of your summons will spawn in and do all their attacks at once. So it's a pretty good way to just like quickly get out burst damage to finish off an enemy. Especially if you have people with the soaring blade ability. Which is like Xiao Yu and Yukimura and Yuji's attack. Assuming I got that name right, I could've got it wrong. Yeah, I'm just running from him, but I'm stacking up damage just because of the Protective Star. And you can potentially get that Protective Star ability on multiple elements. I've had that happen in like one run. And that's pretty crazy. Yeah, you can tell like when I just activated there, it drained like a good chunk of his HP. Or a good chunk of his barrier. And that might be the most appealing parts of this. It's figuring out what builds work and creating something very destructive. That said, I can see how most people it would just get boring after a while. Even to me, someone who genuinely enjoys this. After like the 40th run, it feels a bit much. Alright, well, that's all the Atelier girls. The Thigh edition is now complete. Yeah, they're all pretty good. Sophie is probably the least fun to play. Because her moveset is just a bit too chucking items, even if that's in character for her. She only has like a few attacks that feel unique. Like her charge 6 where she summons a slime and she just cheers them on. Ryza is pretty good. Some of her attacks are a bit samey. But overall, yeah, pretty fun. Yumia I definitely had the most fun with. Which I wasn't expecting, partly because I didn't really know what I was getting into with this character. Knew absolutely nothing about her. The gun staff is pretty cool. Yeah, and in this game they have very good abilities. You can kind of tell that they knew more about how the game worked, so they knew what abilities were really good. So they made sure they had good abilities. Alright, something cool about this game is that for like every unique weapon, you can read up on them. It's really cool to have like weapon lore. And it gives me an incentive to try and unlock all these. Unfortunately, it's all random, as you can tell by all the runs I just did. Like, we didn't unlock any weapon during any of those runs. You just gotta keep doing it. Like, I think I've gotten... Yeah, I've gotten like 48 out of 108, so... about halfway. And that's with like... 80-something hours clocked in on this game. Doing all these runs. I don't know, what is my time on this game? How do I check? Play records. Oh, I'm sorry, 100 hours. Can I read all the weapons? Well, like I was saying, the problem is unlocking them. If I could unlock them all, sure, yeah, that'd be fun to do someday. Yeah, even the Atelier characters get ones, that's cool. Celestial Seeker. Staves are vital weapons for alchemists, made from a variety of materials. Celestial Seeker is composed of materials made solely using alchemy. It can get difficult to synthesize, but its immense power makes it more than worth the trouble. Eternal Cycle Staff. Staves are vital... Is that just the same text? It is, okay. Eternal Cycle Staff was made through refined alchemical techniques. It is said to represent the innermost teachings of alchemy. Ephemeral Record. Gun staves designed to draw out their maximum potential, used for either shooting or striking. The lamp on Ephemeral Record, lit by condensed mana. The gun's internal structure allows it to withstand tremendous amounts of force. So she can use it to club enemies, and that's fine. It won't fuck up any of the components. I just noticed she's got like a little bird hanging off of her belt. I don't know what that is, but it's adorable. Yeah, if I could read all the weapons, I could. Or if I could read all the weapons, I would. I do have all the treasures, so I could sit down and read those someday. Yeah, who knows, maybe I'll make a video of that just to show these off. Because some of these have interesting descriptions. Like, red hair is like his whole, like, you know, usual description. Like, if you know anything about red hair, you know everything that's written here, basically. But then Matsukaze is just like the tiniest entry. Because it's just... Keiji Maeda's beloved steed. Matsukaze was a gift from Hideyoshi Toyotomi to Toshii Maeda. But while Toshii was bathing, Keiji stole the horse and rode off. Bannin's clan. The only, like, history it has on it is that Keiji stole it. That's it. Oh yeah, these are the pictures you unlock from clearing out the achievements. This is the only interesting one, just Enma concept art. Like, only one iteration of Enma didn't have the midriff exposed. We probably didn't go with the top right one because it looks the most evil, I guess. And the others are just the unique enemies for this game. I say unique. This is like a reskin of the Cyclops from Warriors Archie 4. This is a reskin of the Griffin. You can tell because the pose is the exact same. The reskin of the Wraith, which I'm not even sure if it's really a reskin at this point. It's just the Wraith. And that's Goma. Weird mass of dark, fleshy bits. That's final form Goma. Oh, and to scale, you see Dynasty Warriors 9 Zhao Yun there, in the bottom right. These are the Sin Spears. Oh, and they just have like an actual person silhouette there, huh? I guess it's to show like how tall the Sin Spears maws really are. The top left one, I guess, only spawns in the final boss room. I haven't really paid attention if that's a different model or not. Right, in the bonding tree. Where they use Dynasty Warriors 8 Zhao Yun to compare, instead of Dynasty Warriors 9 Zhao Yun over here. And then, like, the most pointless picture you could have is like, oh, hey, it's the gates. Hey, look, I can just press back and see it. It's right there. And then there's the Underworld records. There's 59 entries, and it's quite a lot of text. I've read through some of it, and it's okay. It's not particularly interesting. It's kind of all the dialogue you'd expect. Like, one's like entries from like the chef of the underworld. And it's just talking about feeding Inma food and seeing what he likes the most. It talks about like getting like what's the word I'm thinking of? Recipes from the heroes, like the Japanese and Chinese heroes, and then feeding that to Inma. Which is like, it paints a fun image in your head, because it gives you the idea that all the heroes are actually just wandering around Inma's palace in hell, just hanging out. That's their day-to-day life. It would be cool if you could see that. But nah, these little text entries are all you get. The budget for this game is too small for that. Formations don't have any entry, it just says what they do. And the hero list is just the hero list. They do have their own descriptions. If you read any entry, you know what it is. Actually, I'm kind of curious what the Atelier's entry are, because I don't know much about these characters. Sophie, a young alchemist who runs an atelier on the outskirts of Kirchenbell. Her bright personality makes her a calming presence to those around her. She's also often careless about things like being punctual. She loves alchemy and gets great joy from using it to help others. Ryza, daughter of an ordinary farming family, she was born and raised in Rosenboden on Kirken Island. And completely ordinary is her specialty. I wouldn't really call her ordinary. I don't know, I'm just going by looks here. She has a strong sense of justice and won't waver when it comes to what she thinks is right. She ended up meeting an alchemist and has been growing as an alchemist herself ever since. A young woman who is an alchemist. Lost her mother in an accident several years ago, after which she came to learn that her mother was secretly an alchemist. That's just what happened with Atelier Totally. Like, I remember that distinctly. She joined the Aladis research team to uncover the truth behind her mother's intentions and the forbidden art of alchemy. It reused that plotline. Also, hey, now Inma isn't the only like anime-looking character. Now there's these three. Because Inma did look really out of place, all these like normal-looking like obviously like in-game character models. There's no entry for Inma in the hero list. I guess not a hero. Yeah, maybe someday I'll sit down and read the treasures, and maybe someday in the far distant future, when this game is done adding new characters and I somehow manage to unlock all these, I'll go through the weapons. The Underworld records might be a bit too much of an undertaking. But we'll see. Most of the achievements aren't too hard to do, it's just playing through the game mostly. The defeat Goma ones are a bit annoying. Because you have to do it with different heroes. You can see I've cleared it 48 times now. Let's see, the other one that took the longest... was it? Yeah, Suffer Defeat. Because it's hard to die naturally once you get good at this. Like, I ended up having to grind out, like 18 deaths. Because, like, the game starts giving you rewards at 20, but then there's a trophy for getting 30 deaths. So I had Cao Cao die, like 18 times, just to grind that out. And ironically, his face is what I got for, like, the trophy achievement, so that was neat. Yeah, and have everything unlocked in the Hall of Bond Souls. The only reason I had to come here now is to, like, buy unique weapons for people. Which is your way of getting around not being able to unlock them by just playing if you're just really unlucky. Eventually you just amass enough karma you can buy the thing. So apparently, from what they said, they increased the drop rate from weapons with this latest update. Have I liked the game? Yeah. It's nice to just sit down and relax with. Just do a run or two, and then go about my day doing something else. Like a nice just cool down period with a cast of characters I'm familiar with, you just relax with. And I don't have to focus too much on story or anything, because there's not really any after your first run through. Ryza throws newts, new color, ordinary. Yeah, if they were to hang out at Hell, it would be similar to how it is in the Warriors All-Stars base. Which was cool there, that's one of the best parts about it. Like, you just... walking through the All-Stars base and just see Lubu sitting in an arcade machine. Saying how he's the greatest when he wins. Or having the girls Ryu playing or something like that. He comes from a world where alchemy is banned. Huh. From seeing these three in-game, Yumia does interest me the most. It's a shame I'm the one I'm most interested in. This game that would cost the most to buy nowadays, but oh well. You think they'll add Ziluan? I don't know. They have shown they're willing to like create new characters for this, so that does open the realm of possibility for sure. It's like before they showed Ryza and Yumia, I was thinking they would just keep reusing all the assets they had, because that was presumably all their budget allowed them to do. Because there are still quite a few characters that they can add that are all just gonna be reused movesets. It will be cool if they do bother to add more unique movesets. Like new movesets. But I'm not gonna expect too many. Yeah, Ziluan would be a good one. That's about the only new Koei property I could think of that has a recognizable character they could add. Unless Rise of the Ronin has anyone interesting, I haven't played that. Koei's been cranking out a lot of games lately. Lubu has Dynasty Warriors 8 designing this. Everyone has their Dynasty Warriors 8. The assets are primarily lifted from Warriors Archie 4. That's definitely where most of the assets for this game come from. Oh, that said, some of the DLC outfits. Let's see. Yeah, like some of the DLC outfits have them take like their Dynasty Warriors 9 stance and have like Dynasty Warriors 9 model, which is weird. Which I guess is because like it's taken from the last mobile game they worked on. So they had like these renders of them in these outfits, so they just took it from that. I haven't actually played them with those costumes in game to see if it does change their model. Let's find out real quick. I do think this is Dynasty Warriors 8 model still, yeah. It's a bit hard to tell, so pulled back. Yeah, it seems to be just the render that looks different. I guess they did just to make it, you know, appear different. Look at his ability. Oh, let's see, makes defeated enemies explode. Yeah, I believe he's the only one that has, like, anyone he defeats just fucking explodes. Slightly charged moves are good when you put shotgun enemies. Your stack by 10% for every Lubu army emblem. Attack and defense by 50% if you have the red hair treasure. That's so... you can't do anything to control that. You just have to hope it shows up. But it makes sense, and it's a massive boost if you get it. And the Lubu army emblem, that's good. He's a Lubu army emblem that's already 10% right there. And he starts with 2 fist icons, so he already has the plus 5% attack unlocked, so that's already a great start. Yeah, they did Lubu pretty well here. Yeah, a shock is a really good element. Alright, but that's enough for today. Yeah, I planned on this being a more shorter stream, though it ended up being 3.5 hours, Jesus. Yeah, that'll be it for today. It might take a while before I get back to regular streaming, because I had a lot of stuff going on in between this and the last stream. But alright, that's enough for today. So thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.